We fixin' to make this town real smoking.
We all are very much aware of how massive these tournaments are starting to be. From Combo Breaker to CEO to Evo, it seems like every tournament that comes up, records are being broken. With the amount of money being given away, with the amount of players showing up, with the amount of people watching. You can even talk about the character variety. In my opinion, never before have we seen so many different characters being used throughout all of the tournament. For Tekken 7, there were some characters you would never ever see, and you would only see the same like 10, 15. Out of a roster of 51, that's a problem. But with Tekken 8, this game is showcasing us more and more and more, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, as a side effect of that, a lot of players feel, and I would like to say myself included, that coaching is becoming a problem. This is always something that existed throughout fighting game history when you talk about tournaments. I remember there were people having discussions saying whether or not it's fair, whether or not it should be allowed, and the example that I'll give you just to break it down, let's use Yoshimitsu's Flash. For those of you who know, it's minus 15 on block. Now, imagine if you were in grand finals and your opponent is the Moonsault Slayer. That scrub is spamming the flash, but you don't know the frames and you cannot punish it. So I am getting away free with spamming it. And then your coach, the main man Sui, comes up to the stage and says, hey, the flash is minus 15. Do like a hop kick or a down 4-2 or something that's 15 frames to launch that scrub. And then you do that, and then you beat me simply because of what your coach said. Are you the best, or did your coach give you the answer? That is a conversation that's been going on since the beginning of tournaments, and a lot of people don't like it for that reason. They believe it's what you know, what you labbed, and the coach should not be able to give you the solution. That discussion has been going on for a very long time, and it probably will continue. But now there's a new thing that's rising up, and you have to talk about how frequent people are coaching and how many coaches player has, but also the time wasting. For Tekken 7, the time between matches was very long. It was something we were used to. But with Tekken 8, the instant rematching, the instant loading, this game is very, very fast. But now the breaks between matches are starting to get longer because every single set, a coach is coming up on stage. Here's what I think is so strange. Let's say player 1 wins over player 2. Player 1's coach will then come up on stage to coach the winner. Like if someone's winning, then they kind of don't need coaching. It's only the person who would be losing who would possibly need coaching. But that's how far coaching has evolved, to where like any break, people are going up to give advice. Now, there are some instances where the players are more of a distraction. For example, you have this legendary moment at Combo Breaker in the Mortal Kombat community. As you can see here, the Johnny Cage on player 2 side just lost the match. So now the score is going to go from 1-2 to 2-2. Now, the players are going to rematch immediately and go back in because they don't need a break. They want to go right back in. But the coach, as you will see, is trying to get up on stage and give advice. And I believe they're trying to give advice to the person who just won. Let's see. So look, right? They're both locked into the screen. They're going to immediately rematch. Now watch down here as the coach run up. Here's the coach. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Now look. Now look. That Johnny Cage just won that match. He won. He does not need any coaching, yet the coach is on stage trying to like give some kind of advice. Like he just won. And that's what a lot of people are saying. It's like, why? Why are you doing this? Like, it's becoming too much of a problem, and it's really like not only slowing down the game, but it's becoming a distraction. I was going to get more examples and show you guys how much of a distraction it actually is, but I didn't want to like put too much of a spotlight on people and try to shame people. That's not what I want. I just want to add to the discussion and try to figure out what is the best way forward. But with situations like this, where the coach is getting on stage to coach the person who won, is then after trying to coach the person who wins, see, look, they pause the stage, He's blocking because he's being distracted by his coach. This guy is attacking because his coach is not distracting him. They paused. Look at this. And now the guy goes on to get absolutely steamrolled and lose the match because of this. The set is over. Winter quarterfinals, right? So the question is like, do the tournament organizers step in? You have a tweet here from Sejam. Top 8 is making me want coaching banned. Can't lie. For those of you who don't know, Sejam does a little bit of tournament running himself. So for a person of this caliber to be saying it, you could tell the conversation is evolving. Sejam adds more to it and says, if you're wondering why, it's because it took forever every game. Rule is supposed to be only 30 seconds. And now players are saying that there should be more rules saying that you can only get coach. Like if it's top 8, you should only get coaching 2 times or limited to 3 minutes. It gets to this weird like meta game where the tournament organizers have to like keep tally marks of how many times people are getting on stage, look at the clock. Like it's very weird. The fact that the players are pushing it so far in getting up on stage even when people are winning, and you have some people getting up stage just because they want to be on camera. You have some people distracting the players. It's a weird thing that's happening with fighting games, and it's, I feel, a side effect of fighting games being so popular, so many people watching. I always thought it was so interesting, right? You have this live streamed event, a crowd full of people, the camera's right there. In many other sports and genres of entertainment, it's rare when the crowd is so close to the camera and where they're able to interact with it so easily. Eventually, I think tournament organizers will probably make more rules, and then if this continues, the tournaments themselves will make rules. Capcom World Cup, Mortal Kombat tournament, and then the Tekken World Tour. They probably all will make rules, and honestly, I think they should.